blasphemies against the Prophet Muhammad on a wall. Authorities refused to acknowledge the fact that Salat could neither read nor write. During the past 10 years, many Christians have been martyred for their faith in Jesus Christ. Not only the Muslim world, but many areas of Africa, Asia, and Latin America have seen increasingly violent persecution of the church. Another great spiritual battlefront in the world today is for the hearts and minds of young people. That's why Open Doors started Project Samuel in 1991. Our goal was to give 1 million children's Bibles to those precious souls in the former Soviet Union who had been indoctrinated with years of communist teaching.
In that time when I grew up, it was forbidden for children to go to church. And in my memory, I have a picture, elders from our church standing by the door, just watching that parents will not bring their children.
The goal was reached in 1994, yet the demand for children's Bibles is still growing. Children in China continue to face atheistic indoctrination. So at the request of Chinese Christian parents, Open Doors developed a Chinese children's Bible storybook to meet the urgent need for children's materials that could literally change China from the inside out. Albania was the scene of one of the greatest transformations ever. This country had declared itself the only true atheistic country in the world. For years the doors were closed, but then it happened. The doors sprung open, and Open Doors, working closely with other missions, was able to bring in 50,000 Albanian Bibles. Brother Andrew was able to present the first Albanian Bible to the President of Albania.
Well, what we have really come, Mr. President, to give you the very first Albanian complete Bible in modern Albanian language, printed last week in Holland.
Thank you very much.
In 1992, we helped produce and deliver the first Chinese study Bible written in simplified Chinese script. Over 20,000 copies were delivered to house church leaders and evangelists. But still, the need continues to grow.
First of all, we need your prayer, and we need Bible, and we need spiritual books, commentaries, and teaching material. That's a very important point.
In Cuba, another country dominated by communism, the believers have faced tough restrictions, poverty, and the steady harassment of pastors. Open Doors has continued to send teams into the country to strengthen the growing church and to meet the need for Bibles and training.
Today we are going through a time of revival, thanks be to God. To see the Christians ready to go forward for God, and to see the people ready to hear the gospel, to respond to the call of Jesus, that's a blessing in our hearts. That is something we never dream or thought about, to see the Lord at work in our country the way He is doing it today.
We are living in a time of unprecedented change. Everywhere we go, we see doors opening and closing, but we see God preparing His people for the greatest spiritual harvest ever. As a result, training is emerging as one of the greatest needs of all. Pastors and churches in persecuted areas all over the globe are desperately crying for help in how to shepherd their flocks. They need sound biblical teaching that can guard and build these growing churches. God's word says that in the last days, persecution will increase. That's why Open Doors will continue to do whatever is necessary to help the church survive persecution and maintain a vital witness to the gospel of Christ in every difficult area. We must increase our efforts on the front lines of the battle to strengthen, encourage, equip, and train the persecuted church living in the world's most intense spiritual battle zones. We must go to those who need us and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. We will continue to go where faith costs the most.
And today, I want to encourage you to become a part of the Open Doors team. If you're like me, you're already committed to helping many great ministries, but I urge you to consider the unique work of Open Doors. By joining Brother Andrew's team, we can help our brave brothers and sisters living in lands where faith costs the most. Together, we can make a difference. I'm convinced that new doors are about to open, and I want you and I to be part of making that happen.